A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development, peace talks between Russia and Ukraine are back on track, with the next round of negotiations scheduled to take place on Wednesday, July 23rd, in Turkey, most likely in Istanbul. This announcement comes from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, who confirmed the information during his nightly address, stating that discussions regarding a potential prisoner exchange are also on the agenda. The head of Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, Rustem Umerov, who has taken over from the demoted former defense minister, has been actively preparing for this meeting. However, there appears to be some confusion regarding the exact dates, as Russian sources have indicated that the talks might actually occur on Thursday and Friday instead. The backdrop to these negotiations is a complex and ongoing conflict that has seen significant military actions from both sides. Zelensky emphasized the urgency of the situation, calling for a ceasefire and expressing the need for Russia to engage constructively in the peace process. He noted that the last negotiations held in June did not yield any progress, making this upcoming meeting crucial for potential breakthroughs. Zelensky's comments highlight the stark realities on the ground, as Russian forces continue to launch airstrikes on various Ukrainian cities, including Kyiv. This ongoing violence complicates the atmosphere for peace talks, as both sides remain entrenched in their positions. The Kremlin has maintained that while it welcomes dialogue, its goals remain unchanged and include demands that Ukraine cede control of several regions that Russia annexed in 2022. The dynamics of the negotiations are further complicated by the contrasting views of the delegations involved. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte previously dismissed the Russian delegation as unserious, labeling the head of the Russian side, Vladimir Medinsky, as merely a historian. In response, Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova defended Medinsky's credentials, emphasizing his expertise in international relations and his previous role in negotiations. This exchange underscores the deep-seated tensions that characterize the discussions. As preparations for the talks continue, both sides are expected to present opposing draft memoranda, indicating the significant diplomatic work ahead. The Kremlin has acknowledged the existence of these drafts and the need for an exchange of views. However, the stark differences between the two sides highlight the challenges that lie ahead in reaching any form of agreement. Zelensky has articulated a clear agenda for the upcoming talks, focusing on the return of prisoners of war and the repatriation of Ukrainian children abducted by Russian forces. This humanitarian aspect of the negotiations is crucial, as it resonates deeply with the Ukrainian public and emphasizes the need for tangible outcomes from the discussions. International pressure on Russia to agree to a ceasefire has intensified, with U.S. President Donald Trump expressing frustration over the lack of progress. Trump has set a 50-day deadline for Russia to reach a deal, threatening tougher sanctions if no agreement is reached. This external pressure adds another layer of complexity to the negotiations, as both sides navigate their domestic and international political landscapes. In the lead-up to the talks, military activity has surged, with the Ukrainian Air Force reporting a significant number of drone and missile attacks from Russia. Despite the ongoing conflict, Zelensky remains hopeful that the upcoming negotiations could pave the way for a peaceful resolution. The world watches closely as both nations prepare to engage in what could be a pivotal moment in their protracted conflict. With the stakes higher than ever, the outcome of these talks remains uncertain, but the mere fact that dialogue is resuming offers a glimmer of hope in an otherwise bleak situation. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.